Welcome back to Business 310 Project Management. I'm Professor Erwin Swetnam, your guide for this exciting journey into project management. Today we're diving into Chapter 3, Developing Project Proposals. By the end of this session, you'll be well equipped to craft proposals that not only impress, but also win contracts. Buckle up, because we're about to transform the way you approach proposal writing. Let's start with the foundation of any successful project, building relationships with customers and partners. This isn't just about getting someone to sign on the dotted line, it's about creating trust and credibility. When customers know and trust you, they're far more likely to offer you work. Remember, this phase begins long before the request for proposal, or RFP, even lands on your desk. Take every opportunity to engage with potential clients, establish rapport, and listen to their needs. The stronger your relationship, the smoother your project's path. Next up, we have pre-RFP proposal marketing. Now, if you're waiting for that formal RFP to start selling your services, you're already behind. Smart project managers are out there marketing their skills and solutions long before any formal requests are issued. It's all about positioning yourself as the go-to contractor when the time comes. In some cases, the contractor may prepare an unsolicited proposal and present it to the customer. By doing a good job in pre-RFP proposal marketing, the contractor may obtain a contract from a customer without having to compete with other contractors. Whether the goal is winning a competitive RFP or obtaining a non-competitive contract from a customer, the contractor's pre-RFP sub-proposal efforts are crucial to establishing the foundation for eventually winning a contract from the customer. Reach out, stay connected, and let your clients know that you're ready to solve their problems. So you've established relationships and the RFP has finally come through. Now you're faced with a big decision. Should you develop a proposal? It's not always as simple as saying yes. You need to weigh several factors. Please follow along on page 70 and 71 as I address a few of them here. Competition. Who else is bidding? Do they have an advantage over you? Risk. What are the potential downsides, technically or financially? Mission. Does this align with your company's goals and capabilities? Reputation? Have you worked with this client before? What's your track record like? Resources? Can your team handle this project right now, or will you need to outsource? All right, let's say you've decided to bid. Now it's time to put together a proposal that knocks their socks off. The key here is that a proposal is not a technical document, it's a sales document. You're selling your ability to meet the customer's needs better than anyone else. So how do you do that? Your proposal needs to clearly show you understand what the customer is looking for. Offer a solution that meets their needs better than your competitors can. Emphasize how your experience and expertise ensure successful completion of the project. And most importantly, be easy to read and understand. No jargon or unnecessary technicalities. Proposal preparation is where the real work happens. Depending on the size and scope of the project, this could be a solo effort or a team project. For smaller projects, you might be able to handle everything yourself, but for larger, more complex projects, you'll need to assemble a team. Each person will contribute their expertise, from writing to cost estimation to graphics and visuals. Keep a tight schedule for drafts, reviews, and revisions. The goal here is to make sure everything is polished and ready to go well before the submission deadline. Now, let's break down the three main components of a project proposal: the technical section, the management section, and the cost section. Technical section, this is where you outline your understanding of the project requirements and describe how you will address the customer's needs. For example, if the customer needs to reduce manufacturing defects, you might describe a process improvement plan. Make sure you demonstrate that you fully grasp the problem and have the skills to solve it. Management section. Here's where you explain how the project will be managed. Include details on team structure, roles, responsibilities, timelines, and any necessary resources. This section reassures the client that you have a clear plan and the right people to deliver on time and within scope. Don't forget to include key milestones such as review meetings or critical deliverables. Figure 3.2 on page 75 highlights the importance of this section. It says it's the blueprint that shows the customer you're not just offering a solution, but you've planned out exactly how to achieve it. Cost section, please follow along on page 78. Break down the costs into labor materials, equipment, subcontractors, and any other relevant categories. Transparency is key here. Clients want to know exactly where their money will be going, and they need to feel confident that you've budgeted responsibly. Don't underestimate the power of a clear and realistic cost breakdown. When preparing the cost section, keep in mind that customers will always be comparing your price to the competition. But don't make the mistake of lowballing just to win. You need to carefully calculate all aspects of the project: labor, materials, subcontractors, equipment, overhead, and profit, while ensuring your price is competitive but sustainable. If your costs are too high, you risk pricing yourself out of the project, and if they're too low, you may find yourself cutting corners later. Figure 3.3 illustrates a breakdown of common cost categories for a project, from labor costs to equipment and materials. These will help guide your proposal preparation. Not every project needs a complex multi-volume proposal. Sometimes a simplified project proposal is enough. For smaller projects, you can stick to the essentials: a statement of the customer's needs, project scope, deliverables, resources, schedule, and price. Be concise, but thorough in explaining how you'll meet the customer's needs. This simplified format helps when time is of the essence or when the project doesn't warrant an extensive proposal. Keep it clear, keep it simple, and make sure it's focused on the customer's problem and your solution. Now that your proposal is ready, it's time to submit it. Depending on the client, this might be a digital submission or a physical copy. Don't just send it and sit back, though. Following up is crucial. Reach out to the client after submission to confirm they received everything and ask if they need any clarification. This keeps you top of mind during the evaluation process and shows that you're proactive and engaged. Once your proposal is submitted, the customer will evaluate it using a number of criteria. They're not just looking for the lowest bid. They'll evaluate your compliance with the RFP requirements, your understanding of their needs, the soundness of your proposed solution, your team's experience and capability to deliver, your management plan, and whether the project can be completed within budget and on time. They'll also be looking at how realistic your pricing is. Customers want the best value, and a low price without a solid plan might send up a red flag. Sometimes, the customer might request a best and final offer, or BAFO, giving you one last chance to revise your bid. Let's talk contracts. After winning the proposal, the next step is to sign a contract. There are two main types to be aware of: fixed price contracts and cost reimbursement contracts. Fixed price contracts set a price at the beginning of the project. The contractor carries the risk if the project takes longer or costs more than expected. It's great for customers because they know exactly what they'll pay up front. And on the other hand, cost reimbursement contracts mean the customer agrees to pay for the actual costs of the project plus an agreed upon profit. These are used for more uncertain projects where the total cost can't be predicted in advance. Figure 3.4 shows the risk distribution between these two types of contracts. Fixed price contracts are riskier for contractors, while cost reimbursement contracts pose a greater risk to the customer if project costs balloon. Contract terms are incredibly important. Make sure to clearly outline details like misrepresentation of costs, cost overruns and delays, approval of subcontractors, patents and intellectual property, and termination clauses. These terms protect both the contractor and the customer, ensuring that everyone is on the same page about responsibilities and expectations. Don't skip over these, they are vital for a smooth project. So, how do you measure your success? One way is by looking at your win ratio, which is the percentage of proposals you win compared to how many you submit. Another method is by evaluating the total dollar value of your won proposals versus the value of the ones you submitted. Figure 3.5 shows an example of how a contractor might calculate their win ratio to evaluate performance. The goal isn't just to submit as many proposals as possible, but to focus on winning the right ones. All right, let's wrap up with some critical success factors for writing proposals. Build strong relationships with clients long before the RFP is issued. Pre-RFP marketing helps position you as the preferred contractor. Proposals must highlight your unique strengths and differentiate you from competitors. A clear management plan and realistic pricing can make all the difference. Be proactive in following up after submission. And remember, the quality of your proposal matters far more than the number of pages. Before we go, let's review a few key questions to think about. Why is building relationships with customers and partners so crucial for successful proposals? What factors should you consider before deciding to develop a proposal? How do contracts like fixed price and cost reimbursement affect project risk? Take some time to reflect on these, and we'll discuss them more in class. I look forward to seeing how you apply these strategies to your next project. As always, please like, subscribe, and share for more instructional content.